Yowza. Hi, how you doing? Ooh, hey there, hi, you caught me at a perfect time. I just jammed my finger in my face after slicing some jalapenos, so it feels awesome. It feels super duper how I love it. Oh, it doesn't hurt at all. Note, the the burning sensation in jalapenos and hot food is an oil-based capsaicin, and I'm not sure if I'm going to say that right. So, um, just a friendly note as we get started, and my eye feels like it wants to swell up and pop out of its socket. Sometimes that oil sticks around in your hands, and you need to do some scrubbing to get it off, or wear some gloves. I recommend that. I actually used a bag to slice up this very large jalapeno for I'm making some spicy margaritas, and today I'm using a jalapeno instead of a habanero. Yeah, but that was my my pre-stream project. Can I say that? Yeah, pre-stream project. Hi, how you doing? I am here, and it looks like I'm here on Instagram Live and maybe Facebook Live and YouTube Live and everything live. I don't know, but we're gonna be short tonight. I'm always short on Instagram. Excuse me, and the reason is the little app that I use to rebroadcast from my desktop to my phone basically has a 4-minute time limit. So if you're here and you're catching this on Instagram, go to our bio links and you can find us either the Streamlabs link and you can watch there, or you can go to the Twitch link and watch us there. It's just me, really. It's not us. It will be us soon. Got some cool stuff we're planning on bringing to Twitch from the real world, from like people here in person doing things with robots and stuff. So I can't wait to do that this fall, maybe Octoberish. But until then, it's still just me hanging out, sharing some things, doing some stuff, and I should probably check to make sure my desktop audio. Yep, my mic is on. I have not have not been babbling for the last 3 minutes, so I have 1 minute left on Instagram, and I'm just going to take that 1 minute to keep talking before I get into the project. If you want to see the project, what we designed last week, I actually printed it this week, and I'm going to disassemble everything right here. I'm gonna scoot back, show off cool stuff, and then maybe open the browser and open up Tinkercad and talk through what I could do better to design Roblox improvements, that kind of stuff. But first, I want to take 30 seconds to remind everybody there's this design challenge this month to design your own pencil grip. I have these rubber. I printed these rubber parts. They're actually a rubber polyurethane, and you can see me squeezing it. I printed these rubber parts primarily just so I could show off. Watch. Ready. First it bends all everywhere, and it bends in like that. So that's what I'm going to print the winning design on. But go to our website for more about that. Wow, I think I got that off just in time. So it's now we're down to just like I think Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, right? Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, a little bit more about the design contest. Please go to our website, weliftandshift.org, if you happen to catch this, and you can click on resources. The first tab is events at this month at Lift and Shift or something like that, but it's like the first thing, and it'll go to August events. It'll have a little description of the stuff that's going on this month. So go there, check it out, and join us for some of this stuff, because it's really for everybody else. It's not for me. It's not for anything, talking points for me to brag about or anything else. It's really all of these resources are here for everybody to use. And I will take 1 more minute in case veteran is here, catches me, or catches this, and you want to take a break from some of the news that's come out of Afghanistan this week, and just say that if you want to play, if you want to do things, that's cool. Sometimes the distraction is well worth the mental health improvement. I believe my doctors probably would have called it something like grounding. Grounding exercise to distract myself, to ground myself in reality instead of the spiraling thoughts. I've done it a couple times this week, caught myself staring too much at the news, and I get it. I completely understand the questions. I would say that I think the Elizabeth Dole Foundation is doing a lot right now to support these conversations about Afghanistan with veterans. So if you need to talk to somebody, obviously there's the suicide prevention hotline. I'm actually going to Google it right now so I can say it out loud. It's on our Instagram. It should be everywhere. I think it's everywhere, but the suicide prevention hotline is 800-273-8255. Veterans can press 1. And that's really the only thing I'm going to mention about it, because I've seen a lot of people voicing a lot of opinions, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge for all of us to wonder about whether our service mattered, that kind of thing. Well, people we made promises to, people we left behind. I get it, and it's not cool. It's not cool to be hurting and not to ask for help. That's even worse. So that's it. That's the end of my soapbox for that part. There are resources out there. You can always drop us a line. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction. The suicide hotline that I just read off, I'll say it one more time: 800-273-8255. And that's it. So yeah, go to our website, go do things, go look at stuff. Also, we did some things last week, and it was kind of cool. So I'm gonna dig into it. I'm gonna. Is that it? No, that's not it. Dun dun dun. That is not Chrome. Dun dun dun, there it is. So that's the suicide prevention hotline. I literally just Googled it just to share with everybody, but just to show it again, 1-800-273-8255. I believe if you press 1, you get right through as a veteran. Yeah, so what I will do right now is type in weliftandshift.org. Look at that, right to our website. Super easy to find. But that's not really what I'm doing today. I spent the first 4 minutes babbling about the resources here. You can go to the resources tab. This month of the lift and shift, all that stuff. But that's not really why we're here. We're here because last week we designed some things. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. We designed some things in Tinkercad. So I'm gonna wander to Tinkercad, and I'm not gonna be online all night tonight. I am gonna quickly go recap what we designed last week, and this was it. We designed some swing arms and things, this stuff right here, and I am going to show you in person what it really is. This today, actually right now, I printed multiple versions of this bracket right here. Try to get it to fit. So you can see these tough guys right here. They worked out really well. And I will say this, I printed one arm like this, and I wanted to make sure it fit in these brackets. So the first one was a very tight fit. I need to move this window out of my way so I can show you, or make sure I'm showing you what I've got here. So we had this bracket here, and it fits on the post of my wireframe shelving unit. So it fits. We're going to do it like this. It fits just like that on the post, and then this snaps in just like this. And this one was a super tight fit. If you were here snooping on me last week, you probably saw that I was concerned about, I'm going to use a block right here. I'm just going to use a block right here. Actually, I'm going to use the cylinder right here to cover it. I was concerned about this space here being too tight or too narrow to fit this pin right here. And those are, let me clear my screen again. Those are these two pieces right here. I printed them, and they were a super tight fit like I was concerned about. I was accurate in explaining the tolerance of my printer and these settings, the resolution being about 0.2 millimeters. So I printed this at I think like 0.25 millimeters or 2.2, like a half millimeter, and I should have gone down to 0.2 millimeters to do this correctly. So this is super tight fit. I could actually sand it and file it and make it work. You can hear it kind of like that. But I printed a second one because it was super easy. It takes like 10 minutes to 20 minutes, 20 minutes to print one of these. And this one was actually too loose. Look, watch this. If you watch, I went back out to 0.22, and you can see there is so much play in this thing that as I hold the bracket up straight, you can see how much play there is. This is about roughly 4 inches distance, and you can see the sag because there's so much free space inside this pin here. So what I end up with is a swing arm that really swings smooth. There's no obstruction. There's no effort really required to spin it, but the sag happens. And I'm going to break out the completed arm right now to show you what I mean by sag and how the sag impacts it. So I needed all of these arms to connect, and the beauty in this design was that they're all the same piece. They literally all are the same piece. I can snap any of them together anyway. It's like a Lego set. I can take them all apart. They're all the same. They all go into each other, and that's how it works. But the tolerance was so tight that it took 3 arms to get the right number. And I'm going to show now the example this way. I'm going to show the example now of the sag in this. So as I hold this side steady. Sorry, I'm confused because it's backward on my screen. It's like being in charge of the army when you tell people to turn right and they turn left, and you look at them like, I meant my left. You're right. Anyway, so as I hold this stable and lift and lower up here, you can see how much sag happens because of the free play right here. It's maybe an inch of sag. Not such a great deal of concern for me. I mean, there's a flex in these parts too, and that's something that did concern me because there's weight on the end of this. So between the sag and the flex, I got maybe an inch out of deflection off of this part, and that's in part because of the way we designed this, the way these pins happen. But this is actually the end product. And if I zoom back out on our screen here, you can kind of see. I'm going to back out right here. These are our 2 parts. There's this part, which is actually the bracket that mounts to my my wire shelving, and then I have multiple arms here, all the same arm, and I can just extend it over and over, and it collapses like that when I'm done. Now, before I get into the discussion about what it is, or how to improve it, how to change it, how to do different things with it, I'm going to move my screen around just a tiny bit. There we go. Yeah, that should work right there. Dun dun dun. Cool. Every once in a while, like once in like ever, people will chat me, and I don't ever pay attention because I've got 9 windows open and I don't really know what's happening. So if you do chat, that's cool. But if you don't, okay. In fact, I might not even have the right window to see multi-chat open right now. Oh yeah, it says it's read-only anyway. So okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. So what was this? We made this cool swing arm thing, and it's cool, and it works. It does exactly what I needed to do. But what was it? It was to solve a problem I have where I need a webcam for. Hey, check it out. I need a webcam for my 3D printer because I can't show people what's happening on my 3D printer. And the webcam that I'm looking at you on is great and everything, but it won't do a lot. It takes me forever to process video to be able to show what happens on a printer. And 3D printing is super, super boring. I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but it's like extra boring, like extra. Like it takes hours. It took hours to print all of this. So I had this brilliant idea last month that I can use a spare cell phone. So I went out and found on eBay another Pixel cell phone. And because I had this really old selfie stick laying around with this mount right here, I actually messages, downfalls of extra phones. But my daughter, I gave this to I bought this for my daughter. She left it here, and now it's like old and crappy. But anyway, so I had this great idea to use a cell phone, so I can take pictures and have it upload straight to the internet, and then I can get the pictures off and create a video out of it, all of that other stuff. Plus, the cell phone gives so many better options. I'll get into that in a minute. But this solves a huge problem for me because now I have this mount that I can swing my cell phone camera around on. So what I did was, now that I had the arms working, you can see up here on the screen, I needed to recreate the mount for my selfie stick. Sorry, words are lost on me today. So I needed to recreate this. This was super simple. I literally just took one of the pins from. Let me move this over. Oh, nope, not that. Undo. Let me slide over. I took one of these pins right here and copied it, and then used a digital caliper to measure all the ins and outs and everything else, and recreated the actual pin and printed it. So now I have this mount. And here is my cell phone holder from the selfie stick that I just removed. It just has this knob. I just take it off right here. And I'm actually going to put this together right here, right in front of you. Check it out. So this goes right in here, just like the selfie stick. And then the screw goes back in. We spin this around a bit. There we go. Now I've got this mount with a camera, and I've got too many phones on the table. Okay, so this is my spare phone, the old Pixel that I'm going to be using as my webcam. And here I am just mounting it right in. I'm going to turn it like that, mount it like that, and it goes and slips right in my holder. So this was my mount now, and this is where I will be using an app on this cell phone called DroidCam. I'm going to actually open it up and show you right now, because that's the purpose of this like whole live stream today is sharing this thing. So I've got all of the Pixel turned on, fired up, and it's called DroidCam. So DroidCam sets up Hey, look at that. So that I can use this as a wireless. No. I can use this as a Wi-Fi camera, or plug in a USB cord and use it as a webcam. And yeah, I mean it's super cool. I have yet to use it yet because I'm setting up all of this demonstration today. But the end result was that we designed this swing arm, this collapsible swing arm last week. I did the printing through this week, and there's one other aspect of this that I did not share yet, and that is the fact that when 3D printing, a lot of times you don't take video of the entire thing. I've run some prints that take 18 hours, and there's no chance you want to take 18 hours of video and try to cut that up. So 3D printer software, the Slicer software, has the ability to add code basically to the G code to when it converts it. So what a lot of people do is every layer that it goes through as it prints on the printer, the little print head will go away and rest at the corner long enough for you to take a picture, and then you assemble all the pictures and you see the layer being built. That's how a lot of those YouTube videos look, and that's the purpose. But cool thing is, this selfie stick had a remote. It had a button. Can you hear it? It had a button and it plugged in. And I picked this Pixel because I know. Uh-oh. Oh, it's an adapter over there, but I know that it works with the Pixel. So the final step in working this camera as a video production system for my 3D printer is to disassemble this selfie stick, take out the button, and take this speaker cord, the wire, and mount it to my printer, so that when my printer is running and I want to take video, I can just turn the camera on and take picture after picture after picture. So this actually works out perfect for taking video of my 3D printer. Also for having a backup webcam. So when this webcam dies, or I want to share more than one view, like I could set this up next week so that as we're designing something, you can watch it being printed, so you can see just how long it takes. There's a lot of other options, but the best part for me personally is I'm at my desk right now, and sometimes I like to be over there on the couch because it's comfortable at like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, right? Everybody on Twitch probably has like these big goofy gaming chairs and headsets and everything else. Well, I want to be like everybody else sometimes. So I installed Zoom on here too. I can actually just swing this arm the other way so that it's pointing at my couch, and I can hop on Twitch, I can hop on Zoom, I can do all the things that we're doing here today from my couch, and I'm a little excited about that. So that was all of the design. That was my project. It's a super simple project as an engineer, because I didn't really design anything. I'm just kind of hacking this selfie stick, and because I couldn't mount this selfie stick over there somewhere, I basically last week talked us through designing this cheap swing arm, and the swing arm works. It works great. I tested it out over the weekend, and like I mentioned, there's between the weight of the camera and some of the play in these hinges, the pivot points, the axis basically for each arm. There's a little bit of play directionally this way, and between them it kind of looks like it's sagging, like maybe an inch. So I thought I'd take the rest of the time here and actually just discuss some of the design pros and cons about what I did, what could be done better. Kind of like an AAR, if you were in the military, an after-action review or an after-action report on what I did right, what I did wrong, what I will do different next time I print this. And what I did right was, I mean, it worked. Printing the small parts first gave me a quick turnaround, so that instead of printing large pieces and running a bunch of prints, being able to print one little part and test it with over here, just like this, was helpful for me. Being able to make it so that I was only printing this bracket at first to fit these arms was a super tremendous help, because once I got this bracket fit right, I could go back and change the size of this arm here if I scroll over. So once I got this part, once I got this opening correct, the right size, all I did in Tinkercad was go over here, double click this, and then alter this part here to the same dimensions as the brick. So it was very easy. It was very simple. I got good dimensions. I got the length I needed for my specific case of having this attached to the post, and this to be able to reach the front of the camera, or the front of the printer, and to be able to slide up and down and manipulate to the correct view and angle and all that other stuff. The benefit for me is that I can reverse this and flip it around this way so that it's facing my couch and other places, so that I can do other stuff with it. So the design worked. The design was cool. What I would do different is, and I'm going to show this off without the camera mount. Give me just 1 second, because I want to show a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? So this video is probably worth, I don't know, a bazillion words. But you see all the space this takes up as it is collapsed into a full strength. I mean, it comes out like this, but then as it collapses, it comes down into something that could be much tighter, and it is because of the overlap on these rings. I'm going to call them rings right now, but if you see these rings, check out these rings right here. See, I could have made these shorter so that they collapse down. Right now they're hitting each other. If I were to make this ring, let me grab a pen. A pen here. If I were to grab this ring and shorten it this way some, so that it was like here, it would go down further. It would go down. Ready? I'm simulating if this were shorter by moving it out some. It would go down like that instead of like hitting there. And that would, if I pull these out all the way so that there is no overlap, you can see that it's much more compact. And that is something that I would improve on next time. I may consider a thinner ring. I use this ring specifically because this ring is the same size as the wire frame shelving. So if you see this part here, these two openings are identical, so that I can fit this on my shelving. And this was part of the idea that I wanted this to be kind of modular, to the point that I didn't have to go back and do too many modifications on anything here. This first ring, the one that was too tight, was also too tight on my shelving unit. So this part is not useful for me at all whatsoever. It says I'm mashing cameras and things here. The other thing I would note is the same thing I mentioned about the flex, and the flex and the play in each of these joints, knuckles, axes. is real, and as each one is maybe you know, a fraction of a millimeter, but when you multiply that by 3, you end up with a great deal of flex. So I can say for a fact that reducing the number of these knuckles would also make a big difference. And you can see, if we go back to my model here, if I zoom out, you can see where I was going to start printing another one to try it out. And I may, but that doesn't really meet the needs that I had for this project personally. I wanted it to collapse down because the way it fits right here, it fits conveniently to stow away the camera right next to my spool of 3D printer filament. So there's a purpose for having it collapse down to the 3 to 4 inch range. And if you caught this last week, you saw me struggling between the 3 and the 4 inch range here, because I really wanted to make this smaller, but it would have been too many pieces, too many parts, and I didn't like the way it was going. So that's about it. But that's the super cool part right here. Poof, poo, is it works. I'm super excited. And for anybody else who is curious, who maybe doesn't have a webcam, I've worked with veterans who have had a webcam die, or a laptop with a webcam that just can't keep up. You can download that app. Wrong phone. You can download that app, DroidCam, and install it and run your phone like a webcam. I have so many emails. And I took the added step of installing Zoom on this phone, so that I can step away from the computer and still have it mounted over there. I can still use the camera. I can still use all kinds of other things. So this is turning out to be a very productive project for multiple reasons. Primarily because there's a lot of things that happen right here with this printer and this computer that people hear me talking about but don't ever get to see. And now that I've assembled this, I can at least record the video. I can stream it. I could actually like leave Instagram Live up or Twitch Live up and stream the webcam overnight. I may install some lights on the printer and box it in and do some cool stuff and just let it go and say, here's what we actually printed for the night. Who knows? That may happen. You may see it. I don't know if anybody wants to watch that or not. It's extra super boring. I've done it. Yeah, the stop motion kind of like layer building thing is much cooler. But that's it. So just to wrap up, this project is almost complete. The hardware was printed that needed to be printed. I need to scavenge parts, mainly the shutter, the remote shutter switch, from my old selfie stick here. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if my daughter ever wants this again, but it's been here for 4 years now, and she's never asked for it back. So, in fact, she's been here while it's here and didn't want it. So I think I'm safe. I'm not the world's worst dad. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was productive. Oh, I printed this all in PLA. 3D Fuel is the filament company that makes this. They gave us a super great deal on a bunch of recycled. It's called Refuel, I think, or Rework. Super good, super great. We got like 25 pounds of 3D filament for I want to say less than $150. They are an amazing veteran-run company, or veteran-owned company, or at least partially veteran-owned. Yeah, I have great things to say about them. I'm not telling everybody to go around and buy their stuff, but I am saying that this stuff was printed from their material, and if you are curious about where to go get filament or which filament prints good, prints well, I've been printing with this stuff since last week, prototypes, about 10 days now. It's very good, especially for recycle. I think it's 40% recycled content. So if you're looking to try some new filament, 3D Fuel is the name of the company. And super happy they gave us such a great deal as a nonprofit, a veteran, especially a veteran-run nonprofit. So thank you to 3D Fuel. And on that note, I'm going to end by saying the same thing I started with, which is we have design contests and challenges. I keep calling them contests, and it's terrible of me to call them contests because it is a contest. The winner gets their stuff printed, but it's more of a challenge. I would like to challenge people to do something that I do because it's not hard. You've seen this stuff happen in Tinkercad. Last week we designed this stuff. It took, I don't know, a half hour, maybe, and a lot of that was me just like making stuff up as I went along. But here I'm gonna go back to our website, weliftandshift.org. You can Google it, I think. I don't know. We don't rank very high in Google's search results, I don't think. But you can find We Lift and Shift is also our name on every social media platform: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Medium. Oh my gosh, all kinds of stuff. And if you go there, there's always links to find the website or all of the other platforms. And if you go to resources, once you get to our webpage, you can go to this month at We Lift and Shift, and you can see some contests. In case you missed it, there were challenges this month. On top of being able to sign up for Battle of the Bots design team or getting a free year of masterclass if you are a veteran and you sign up to get these very rare monthly emails about our programs, then our learning series, you are automatically eligible for a free year of masterclass as long as we have licenses to give you. Masterclass sponsors us for that, and they are super generous. Thank you. Our design challenges, I say contest because it's right there in real big letters, but our design challenges for this month, there's always this t-shirt design thing because veterans do t-shirts and coffee. It's just what we do. And the other one for this month is because it's about to be back to school. In fact, my daughter, I think she started school yesterday. But the idea is to make your own pencil grip in Tinkercad, which is super easy. It's honestly super easy to make a pencil grip. You know, like those old school, like I'm going to get a pencil box, I'm going to get a bunch of these grips, and I'm going to toss it in the pencil box. So if you missed it earlier, this is what I'm going to end on. I printed this weird looking thing right here out of something called thermoplastic polyurethane, and it's flexible. It's very, very pliable. It's very, very bendy. I printed it in a specific shape and format for a reason, but you can see how I can squish it just like a piece of foam, and that is what I'll be printing the winning pencil grip design out of. So please design something. Please submit something. This is for you, for your family. Have your kids design something if they're going back to school. If you're going back to school and you're the adult parent, challenge your kids to support you with your own pencil grip. Make it fun, make it family. It's fine. All of it is perfectly normal, and it may turn out to be a great distraction from some of the things that are in the news this week. I certainly do appreciate having hobbies, being able to do my maker space type stuff, and this will definitely keep me from doom scrolling news articles about terrible things in far off places this week. So I appreciate it. I hope everybody else does too if you catch this. And I am usually not on Twitch this long, so I'm going to take the opportunity to get off my soapbox now before I make this boring and wrap up and just say thank you. And if this week has been challenging, if you're a veteran, you catch this and you have questions, doubts, like I said, much bigger organization than us. The Elizabeth Dole Foundation has partnered with, I think, the VA and the Department of Defense to host some conversations about Afghanistan. And go Google it. Go find them. The Elizabeth Dole Foundation. They do great things for hidden heroes. The caregivers who take care of our servicemen and women who come home with challenges and need care. So I appreciate them. I look to them as a role model for me and this organization. Go find it. There is always the suicide prevention hotline. There are always other organizations, but don't think that you are doing this alone yourself this week, and that you're the only one who has these questions about what your service means, what what's happened to people you served with, and the promises you made while you were overseas. Those are real issues, and they're absolutely valid to ask, to think about, and to talk about. So that's how I'll end it again. In fact, I will end it by. Nope, I guess I won't. I was going to share the suicide prevention hotline number, but you can Google it. It's 800-273-8255, I believe, off the top of my head. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Okay? All right. Good night. Oh no.